I was just watching a video where this person was saying that the best thing that you can do whenever an avoidant leaves or discards you is to completely stop talking to that person and try to move on with your life. And not to like shame them, punish them, win the breakup or get them back, but to actually start healing and like moving through and like working through your own attachment style and trauma and whatever you've got going on. And I don't really want to talk necessarily about that video, but more so talk about like the comment section. So understandably so, in comment sections like that, you'll hear things like, oh my gosh, like avoidants are so toxic and unhealthy. What type of adult just like completely gets rid of somebody and acts like they never knew them? Avoidants need more therapy than like anxious people. And as somebody who has experienced both sides of that situation, whether that was being more anxiously attached to somebody and then getting discarded, or discarding someone and being like, oh, like I don't want to be around this person, I can tell you with almost 100% certainty that both anxious attachment and avoidant attachment are two sides of the same coin. They both teeter-totter between being both overtly and covertly manipulative and unhealthy or toxic or abusive. Both avoidant and anxious attachment styles can be childish or immature. Isn't one person running away from mommy or daddy and the other one is clinging to their pant leg? Isn't that both sides of the same coin? Another comment that I'll see often is like, the silent treatment is so toxic and unhealthy, it's manipulative. But isn't it just as manipulative and abusive to force people continuously into conversations that they do not want to have with you? Especially if within those conversations you are yelling at them, criticizing them, shaming them, or just telling them all the ways that they're a failure? Or isn't it manipulative whenever you threaten people or try to control them or try to act a specific way in order to get specific behavior back from that person? And again, this is not me justifying abusive or unhealthy behavior, and if you have experienced that, especially if you consistently experience that from other people, then I really apologize. I know that's not a great feeling. However, multiple things can exist at once, and I can be very empathetic of your situation. However, I can also say, if this is a situation or a pattern that you consistently find yourself in, then it might be a really good time to look at your own patterns, your own belief systems, and start asking yourself, how do I keep finding myself back in these positions with these emotionally unavailable people? Because when you are focusing so much on what this other person is doing all the time without considering yourself, you are being an emotionally unavailable and inconsistent person towards yourself. And you can be emotionally unavailable and inconsistent towards yourself while also being treated poorly by someone else too. Both of those things can be happening at the same time. Both anxious, avoidant, and disorganized are all insecure attachment styles. Because basically what you're doing at this point is creating a hierarchy off of like mental illness, conditions, or just disorders that people have, and that is a very slippery slope, and it just leads to stigmatization and misinformation. So anyway, I hope that helps at least one person. My name's Sarah, and I'm your favorite self-experimenting coach or companion, and I help get people reacquainted with who they most authentically are. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have the best day.